Hello everyone, welcome to the Currency and Commodity Buzz. This is Gaurang Somaiya, your FX analyst. We'll be covering the review for the month of June and the outlook for the month of July. For more updates on currencies and commodities, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And now talking about the outlook on currencies, we have seen that rupee overall traded in a narrow range. There have been a lot of events that unfolded wherein the RBI and the Fed decided to take a pause and the ECB and BOE rose rates. Now looking at the performance of the rupee, we have seen that rupee traded in a very narrow range. The volatility was on the lower side. The bulls and bears were quite in control, and the RBI decided to take a pause for the second successive meeting. In terms of the forecast, we have seen that they've retained their real GDP forecast at 6.5 for FY 2024 and cut the inflation forecast from 5.2 to 5.1. In terms of the outlook, we expect that the overall bias for the rupee will be slightly range bound. The focus will be on the inflation numbers which will be released before the RBI policy meet, which is scheduled in the month of August. So overall trading range for the rupee will be 81.5 to 82.5 for the month of July. Now taking a look at the major crosses, first starting with the dollar index, we have seen that the dollar was weighed down against its major crosses in the month of June, and that was on back of mixed set of economic numbers from the US, and also as the Fed decided to take a pause on raising rates after raising it for the 10 successive meetings. The governor has added that they want to take time to assess the information, and that again is going to be important to take a view on further policy rates. Also, we have seen that inflation numbers in the month of July are going to be important to watch out for. We've also seen that uncertainty in Russia is starting to rise. So all this is likely to influence the move in the dollar. But overall, it's going to be these economic numbers that is going to influence the dollar index. And overall, if the number beats estimates, then we could see the dollar index getting support at lower levels, and that could again weigh on the major crosses. Now talking about the major crosses, euro and pound, we've seen that both these currencies gained in the first half of the month, but in the later half we did see some bit of weakness coming in after preliminary manufacturing and services PMI number came in slightly below estimates. During the month, both the ECB and the BOE have decided to raise rates, wherein the ECB rose rates by 25 basis point and the BOE by 50 basis point. In this month, we expect that the economic numbers will continue to influence both these pairs. As the Fed has been reiterating to be data dependent, the ECB and the BOE also will be looking at these economic numbers in this month as well. But overall, if the dollar index continues to witness strength, both these major crosses, the euro and pound, will witness selling pressure at higher levels. But overall, euro seems to be slightly more under pressure as compared to the pound. In case of the Japanese yen, so yen too has been one of the weakest of the lot, and we have seen that the overall momentum in the month of June was on the negative side. The divergence between the BOJ and the Federal Reserve is keeping the safe haven currency weighed down, and in this month as well, we expect that the yen could continue to remain under pressure and it will be trading with a negative bias against the US dollar. Now talking about the outlook for the currencies, we expect that the dollar rupee pair could trade in the range of 81.5 to 82.5, and only on a break of this range there might be a clear trend coming in for the rupee. In terms of the dollar index, we expect it to trade with a positive bias, and now that there is expectation of a rate hike in the July meeting and this uncertainty in Russia could lead to some bit of safe haven buying, and that could be positive for the dollar index and weigh on the major crosses. So euro, pound, Japanese yen, all three are expected to trade with a negative bias. Euro seems to be more under pressure as compared to the pound, but in case of the Japanese yen, we expect that the overall momentum will be on the negative side against the US dollar. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.